Welcome to the Making of Me podcast, where we explore the stories of leadership, innovation, and personal growth. Our today's guest is Mariam Chtchyan, Chief Operative Officer of HackTech LLC. Mariam has over 6 years of experience in project and delivery management and has successfully led multiple projects across the industry using agile methodology and virtual management tools. She's passionate about driving values through technology and empowering teams to achieve strategic objective. It's really a pleasure and honor to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Ara, for inviting me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mariam. So, Mariam, what were some of the challenges that shape you into who you have become today?
I think one of the challenges for any leader or being in leadership position is to have a proper communication and having those skills of having the soft skills that will support you during this journey of communicating stuff, making sure that there is a transparency during that communication, and being able to support with the way that you're communicating with people.
Amazing. So when you first started your journey of leadership, what was it like? Do you have all the tools you needed, or how was it like for you?
No, of course I didn't have, and I think with the case of any successful leader, it becomes easier with the experience, and during the years you're getting experience that is actually helping you to be a good leader. So at the beginning, for sure, I was not that successful as I am right now.
Yeah, amazing. So, Mariam, you transition from project management to C-suite. What was the biggest challenge in your journey, and how did you overcome them?
I think the amount of responsibilities that you have, of course, increases when you are switching to the C-suite, and basically being able to navigate around all those multitasking situations is a bit harder when you are becoming to the higher position rather than just being dedicated to one project. So at the beginning it was just one thing to concentrate on, and now it became that you need to multitask pretty every day.
Wow, that really speaks volumes. So the more you climb the ladder, the more demanding the task is, and you're expected to being able to deliver. Wow, that's a lot of pressure there. Yeah. So how do you balance delivering results with leading people through change in a fast-paced tech environment?
I think it's all about not forgetting that all of us are humans, and going back to the thing that right now everyone is saying that AI can support on a lot of stuff. It's still about keeping the human part of yourself, and also about the communication being still transparent and without any technology being included in it, but still keeping with recent technologies and making sure that you're aware of them is helping definitely to be more digitalized, I would say, and basically improving your skills based on that.
Being aware of what is currently going on in the tech space, and I'll adopt them so that you could. Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. So can you explain the relationship between project management and the product owner, and why it's critical for successful projects?
Yeah, I think this is one of the most common questions that I'm given, because a lot of people are actually even not differentiating these two roles, even though they are totally different, but they have very close relationship between each other, and I am all about the good collaboration between project and product managers or the product owners, because based on that collaboration you can understand how successful the project will be. So I would say that it is very important, and it's always something that needs to be very transparent and be very strong between these two roles, and making sure that this collaboration is all about the success of the project rather than the competitiveness of who will do what.
Yeah, who will do what? Yeah, amazing. Thank you all for sharing. So what is your top strategy for building a high performance team in a virtual distributed environment?
I think one, not a secret but more of a fact, is being data driven, because even though you have all those endless communications, etc., but it's all about the data that you have under your hand that is helping you to understand the performance and helping you to share the feedback that will improve that performance. So all about the KPIs, objectives, that is basically what is helping you to make sure that the performance is good and if it is not, how it can be improved.
Being data driven, yeah, knowing everything that it demands, yeah, from there you could actually make a better decision part time and knowing what to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing. So how do you approach your stakeholder management, especially when interests conflict and or priority shift rapidly?
I think regarding the communication or generally the partnership with stakeholders, it's all about again going back to the transparency and making sure that people are aware of the status of the project and they are fully included in the progress of it. If you are keeping the stakeholders in the project and making sure that they are aware of any issues, struggles, and the thing that they can support on, that's when they are satisfied with the work. Not including them, or you are not keeping them in the loop and they have their own expectations, of course they will be dissatisfied when knowing that something is going wrong.
Wow, so that means more like keeping them appraised, even while they're in the team. It's very, very key. More like when it comes to the success of the project, being that they are carried around every now and
Yep.
then step of what is currently going on. Yeah, amazing.
Exactly.
So, what role does technology and digital tools play in driving operational excellence in your organization?
I think it depends. It very depends on what is needed and what kind of support can be given through the technologies. I would say like using AI right now is one of the biggest things for any company and including ours. And we are trying to digitalize anything that is possible, making the processes more automated. So it is like lack of human errors, but still people are part of all those processes. So I think from the AI, basically just generally like using any tools that will support is already a good sign. And that is basically what is helping us right now. We are investigating on a lot of tools and not using just one and comparing them and understanding like which one can support in which part.
Testing the various ones and knowing what to actually stand the test of time. And I think it's the fact that even AI is coming up every now and then, and what worked today may be a better one. There will be a better one tomorrow and next. So you just have to keep searching every now and then to know what to adapt and know what works best for the particular situation we're working on. Yeah, that's really amazing. So collaboration with technical need can be challenging. So what have you learned about successful collaborations between leaders and the tech team?
I think with the tech team, it is more about like just keeping very tight communication with them and making sure that even though in leadership position, you are still inside of all the technical innovations. And I think no better than the tech team is a resource for it. And generally, I think that we need to be very close with the team to understand the issues and how they can be improved, because even though you're not a tech person, there is still stuff that you can have your input in.
Being abreast with them and the communication being effective is the only way to actually get what you want part time. And so, from aspiring CEO or tech leaders, what habit or mindset do you consider essential for success?
All the success is coming through keeping the good communication, but also making sure that you're up to date with all the new stuff and not like being supportive and being open to development of yourself. Because even though like you're in this position already of a leader, it still doesn't mean that you don't have a space to develop your skills, both the technical and soft skills. So I would say the continuous development of like the knowledge and improving the skills is something that is helping to develop all that.
Amazing communication, improving your knowledge. Yeah, it's very, very key. So, lastly, looking back, what singles or challenge or decision shape your leadership style the most?
I think the challenge is about keeping people motivated, but making also sure that there is this transparency, because sometimes even though you want to make sure that everyone is motivated, the transparency is kind of making it more hard, but it's still something that is very important. So as a struggle that is continuously there is probably knowing the level of transparency and making sure that people are aware of everything, but still keeping them motivated.
Amazing balancing between being motivated
Yes.
And that of transparency. Amazing. It has really been a lovely moment. And thank you for sharing your whole lot of insights
Of course.
when it comes to leadership. So for my audience who would love to learn more from you and to follow you on various media, more like or reach out for one thing or the other, how can they reach out and where is the best platform?
I think the best will be to reach out to me through LinkedIn. I'm pretty active there and basically available for anyone and any question through the chat there.
Thank you so much, Mariam Chtchyan. You just show that leadership in technologies isn't about managing projects. It's about aligning teams, strategy, and execution to deliver real impact. Yeah, your journey as the manager to CEO highlights resilience, adaptability, and the power to add I think in a driving organization. And for my audience, I would love to reach out. Yeah, check the show notes and you see a link to connect with her. Once again, the pleasure and honor having you on the show. Yeah.
Thank you.